Pardon the old t-shirt with a bunch of holes in it, but I am attempting to do all of my laundry this week. It has been piling up. I don't want to burden my wife with it, so I'm trying to get it all done. And I have set aside a set of clothing for me to wear once all of my good clothing has been laundered and put away, so that I do have something on and I'm not walking around the house in a very shocking lack of attire. Anyway, I have what I would consider some good news to discuss this week, so let's go ahead and talk about that real quick so that I can get on with the rest of my week and the rest of my laundry. I think I framed myself a little low tonight. I'm looking at the monitor and I feel like I'm way down here. I think it's on too many books, but it's too late. I've started recording. There's no going back. Anyway, I said in the intro that I think I have some good news this week, and I want to sum it up by saying I feel good. And I mean overall good, probably for the first time since really starting this thing. A couple years ago, I got the idea. I settled on the idea, and then I presented the idea to friends and the general public, and I think maybe a dozen people by now have gotten involved and contributed money. Some a significant amount, a couple of them into the 4 digits. And then others 150 and 20, and that it's all welcome. I'm not trying to say that the ones who gave a lot were special and the ones who gave a little were not. And there's been some excitement moving forward. I've gotten interviews, and each interview has given me a slight boost. But there's just been this overall feeling, especially as sometimes it's an interview and then it's months before I can get someone else to sit for an interview, or before I have the time to go out and tell people. I experienced some of the shock. That's a harsh word, but the awakening, the forcing my naivete to face reality when I sent letters or delivered in-person letters to many of the gyms in the area saying, hey, this project is going on. Would you be interested in participating in some way? Maybe letting us film some interviews there, film some workout footage there. And the only gym to get back to me was the gym I attend. And because they are a franchise, they said, no, we can't let you do that here. We don't have the authority to let you use the building and, inadvertently get corporate logos in the background and things like that. Okay. So although there have been little moments of excitement, happiness, I am lurching forward slowly. For a year and 4 months, almost 5, I've just kind of felt less than 100% enthusiastic, it's just kind of this what is this thing going to look like when I'm done? Is this going to be taken even remotely serious? I know I can make a movie, but obviously I can make a much better one with money and a crew. And I don't have either right now. Not to any significant degree. But I just feel like over the course of the past week and even up until moments ago, some stuff has happened that I'm finally feeling some buoyancy. And I hope I made that clear. I haven't been in the depths of depression and despondency going, maybe I should just not do this project. I've never sunk that low. But until this past week, I've never felt like it was going, like it was actually going. It's like, I know I've told myself many times already, I have to keep going. I've already spent other people's money. I need to make an effort to actually make this film happen. If it does fail, if it falls apart completely for some reason, I need to be able to say to the people who gave me money, I did try. I really did. And then I need to start putting money aside to try to pay them back. They gave on the understanding that they might lose it permanently, but I feel just as an ethical thing, I would want to try to give them their money back. It may take years, but I would want to work on saving up and paying them back. Okay, but the theme is, as I try to sit a little higher in the screen, I should be about there as a cinematographer. The director and cinematographer in me would note, but here I am down here. Makes me feel so high. Okay, maybe I'll reframe it on the computer so I have a little bit more stature. Okay, yeah, I haven't really thought this one through. I just know the feeling was there, and I thought I have nothing else to talk about. That's what we're going to talk about. So why am I feeling that way? And now, it's amazing how much 1 week of having so many other things to do will just wipe out any memory of what I said last week. I reached out to 3 people on my wish list. I have a growing wish list of, I'd love to have the budget and the time to get to that person if that person would say yes. And so I've been creating a list, and I've reached out to the ones that I could. It's happening. Here it goes. I've reached out to the ones that I could conceivably get to on, my spare change, with no investors, no real money to get to the East Coast or something like that. Who could I drive to reasonably? And so I sent out messages to those, and I think I mentioned it last week. Mark Prickett, my former personal trainer, donated a lot of his time and his knowledge to getting me going way back in 2012 when I was chunky and needing help. Needing direction and information. Mark said yes, but he said yes before the last video, before last Monday. So I think I mentioned it. And then Aaron Orton over in Eugene, who runs a gym and a bodybuilding club, a group, a team of natural bodybuilders. And so a lot of resources there. Both of them said yes. So today I get to talk about it because he just said yes, and that is Ivan Cunwaye. I don't know if I've mentioned him before in this video series at all, but way back in 2008, 2009, when I was fat and wanting to do something about it, he was one of the reasons I wanted to do something about it. He had no idea. I didn't even know his name at first. But in buying workout magazines, sorry, I'm pointing because they're all over there. In buying workout magazines, the internet was still actually rather new back then. But in starting to research, and I'll put research in big quotes, workout magazines don't really help you learn a lot. They just say, here, go do this. But in my own limited way of doing research, I came across an article somewhere, and his photos were there. He was the model doing the workout or something like that. And, he just had a model body. He was one of the people back in the early days that had me going, that's how I want to look. I want to look lean and muscular and good. And obviously, I'm not there. But so he alone did not have the power to motivate me to give it my all, but he was one of the people whose images gave me a boost and got me out of my chair and trying to do something. And last year I discovered that he is alive and well up in Vancouver, British Columbia, which is close enough for me to get to, on a whim, on the notion that it couldn't hurt to ask. I sent him a Facebook message on his business page, and he wrote back, and we had a conversation, and he agreed to it. Back then, when I first wrote, this was 2024. He didn't agree to it at that time. He agreed to keep talking about it. But 2024, I did not have the time. I did not have the money to even get up to that let alone discuss perhaps paying him, as an established model with a career and a reputation. I didn't anticipate just saying, "Hey, can you donate your time?" But so anyway, this past spring, winter, late winter, early spring, a few weeks ago, I don't know when, I wrote to him again, sent him a link to the video that I've made explaining everything, and he wrote back and said, "Okay, yeah, I'm game. If you can get up here, I'm game to try, or not try, to do this." So that was a boost. All three of those together have made for an 8 or 9 day period of yes, and yes, three kind of trophies in a row. Obviously, it hasn't happened. As I've said before, anything could happen. If any of them doesn't end up in the final film, it doesn't mean we had a falling out. It just means something didn't work out. So that was good. I'm getting more messages on Facebook and Instagram about people possibly interested. I feel like it's finally going somewhere. I think the video helped. I think the fact that I blitzed as many people as I could, just here, I'm interested. Part of it, I'm not a salesman. I hate reaching out to people. I hate cold calling, and I just made myself do it. And I think the video helped. The video explained it so that I didn't come across as just some weird guy in a text message, a text-only message trying to explain this thing. I am a filmmaker. I tell my stories. My favorite way to tell stories is by film. So by creating this video, I was able to give it music. Well, you saw it. And yeah, I think it really helped open the door. You just saw a white flash because I totally lost my train of thought. I have no idea. Anyway, so I got Mark, Aaron, and Yvonne, all three of them, longtime influences on me in one way or another. Mark being the only one who was an in-person influence, but I'm looking forward to meeting Aaron and Yvonne, assuming everything goes well. I don't know. I really don't. I've totally lost my train of thought. I don't know what I've said and what I will keep in the editing room. So I will just stress once again, if any of these people do not end up in the film, it doesn't mean we had a falling out or anything like that. I do not want their reputations affected. I think one of the reasons I stress that is because I'm aware of like Variety magazine and The Hollywood Reporter, and they're always reporting so-and-so's in this film, and then suddenly the next thing you know, so-and-so's not in the film. And it turns out, well, there were creative differences, which is a euphemism for somebody had a big argument. I just don't want that surrounding this film. I'll try not to keep stressing that. Anyway, yeah, it feels good. It really does. Little things here and there have finally added up to this is going forward. This is moving forward. This is exciting. And so I wanted to share that. If you're one of the people that has donated money, just know that I am currently in the best mood I've been in for the past 16 months. I think the very first shot I got of the film was in January of 2024. I got the camera in 2023, the 4K camera. It's going on 2 years of my owning that thing. I got to get on this film. Anyway, that was exciting. So I've had highs and lows, but this feels like this is the most optimistic. Not just excited, not hey, this camera's cool or that was a fun interview, but this is the most optimistic that I have felt. I really feel like we're going somewhere. Oh, well, the other one was I knew there was some reason I was really feeling good. Yes, the IRS now has our tax return, and so we'll be getting a refund sometime within the next month, allegedly, if everything goes well. And that also means the money to take these trips, one to Eugene, Oregon for Aaron Orton, one to Vancouver, British Columbia, and then one to Mark's house up near Astoria. So not only have these people said yes, but within or by July, I should be able to re-contact them and say, I can now make it. What's a good time for you? What are some good days? When will you be at your place in your town? Not on a trip. Not when will you be not busy? And when can we make this happen? So yeah, I knew there was more. I knew it wasn't just Yvonne, which was cool, but there was a reason I was feeling really upbeat. So now, yeah, I may even reach out to them sooner than that and say, the money's on its way. Let's start planning what works for you in July, August, even September. September is still warm enough. in most areas of the Pacific Northwest that I could travel. The snow is not in the mountains yet and things like that. Okay. Yeah, that's just me. That's just me expressing that I'm feeling good. And if you're someone looking forward to this film or you've been following along, I hope that makes you feel good too. That doesn't mean it will happen any faster. There will still be many, many weeks of me saying, I don't know what to talk about. But it's on its way.